Hello, Soldiers. My name is Alex, and today we're here with a brand new Let's Play of Batman Arkham Asylum. Now, I've been meaning to do this game for quite a while now, and it's actually one of my personal favorites. It's actually one of the reasons I got into gaming, actually, in terms of actual consoles. My first was Pokemon Emerald and Fire Red and Leaf Green, but that's for a completely another day. So, the reason that I'm doing some voiceover here is because I realize that there is some copyrighted music with this game. And since I didn't want that, I didn't want any strikes on my channel because I don't want to freaking lose it, I figured, why not just do some voiceover for now at least, because I can still do that. But anyway, I got things to say about this game, but I actually edited this footage. What you're hearing is a post-commentary thing, and yeah, I'll try to explain the best I can when certain things come up, but for now, what's going on in the story? Well, this is actually the aftermath of an event that we didn't see. Basically, Joker, who's voiced by the legendary Mark Hamill, he actually held the mayor of Gotham City hostage, and Batman, of course, saved the day, and now he's personally escorting Joker to Arkham Asylum, which in the DC Universe is the prison that Batman sends all of his super criminals to. Sorry about that. Sorry. Anyway, so that's what's going on right now, but basically it's like, how do I explain this? Oh, right. Well, if you're wondering about tying into anything in the Batman mythos or DC in general, this essentially stood as its own thing for the longest time, and it still kind of does, really. So, what's going on? Oh, hey, Shark. Oh, by the way, I just love some of the lines here. I found myself quoting a lot of this game. Well, actually, I found myself quoting a lot of the series, actually, because there's just some moments that are very well written and very memorable. To me, at least. So. And Kevin Conroy is Batman. Yeah, just if you're a Batman animated series fan, then you are in for one hell of a ride with this, because pretty much every person who lent their voice to a character from Batman, the animated series, comes back here. But it's mainly Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, and Harleen Sorkin, who plays Harley Quinn, and she'll be a mainstay throughout the rest of the franchise. But, let's actually talk about this segment right now. So basically, this is an on-rails segment where you can't do anything except walk forward and do some optional stuff that the game gives you. So so you can't fight, you can't use any gadgets or whatnot, and you can't really speedrun this. You basically have to go through it at the game's pace, which is a little bit annoying, but it doesn't fully take away from the experience, I feel. Oh, right, this. So basically, I'm playing on the PS3 right now, and some graphics in the game have not aged incredibly well, like with Joker, for example. I pointed out that he kind of looks like a moving wax figure, and that is kind of distracting, and I think you can actually see it because of the lighting, but graphically speaking, the game for its time actually looks incredible, despite a few questionable lighting and model choices. But yeah, my personal relationship with Batman is that I saw him. Right. I saw Batman Begins, which was the first Nolan film in the series, and that was a character named Dr. Young. And then it kind of just like, but after Batman Begins, it just kind of gradually came and went. And the first Batman TV show I saw was The Batman from the early 2000s. And I still like the art style in that show, actually. It's very sleek, angular, expressive, things like that. Oh, but wait. We're actually getting to a character voiced by one of my personal favorite actors coming up. I'm sorry, I fanboy over this guy a lot because no matter what role he's given, there is Steve Bloom is his name, but he puts his all into whatever role he's given. A villain, a hero, a minor character, a side character. Steven has a whole bunch of fun with any kind of role that he's given. And well, yeah. So anyway, with other Batman stuff, I watched Batman Beyond. I think that's an incredible series, especially with a futuristic Batman. Batman Brave and the Bold, which was basically retellings of the classic Silver Age, which I actually found entertaining. Especially the Kevin Conroy Batman episode. Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, I think it's called. And oh wait, there's actually Killer Croc. And actually, I did want to put a bit of an audio gag in here where basically it was the "damn boy thick," because I mean, look at this lad, look at him. Like seriously, you can see the meme, right? And I also believe he's voiced by Steve Bloom, actually, because that's a constant voice he gives to villainous reptilian characters and all that stuff. But it's like it might be typecasting, but I honestly don't know. So anyway, we'll meet Croc later on in the game. We can actually get a bunch of stuff from him.
That reminds me. I really need to get me some.
Anyway, back to Batman stuff though. Justice League, I didn't really care for. I don't want to call like a couple episodes, and only 2 really stand out to me. That was when Superman was trapped by this plant that basically trapped him in his own mind. I forget what that episode's name is called, but I do remember the premise. And it was nice to... Well, actually, let me rephrase that. I thought that the writing in the episode was great. I thought that it was a fantastic episode. And then there was the episode where Mordred,
You've never let me catch
ageless child, I think.
What are you really at?
I'm not too familiar with him, but he basically got an amulet and banished every adult into some kind of pocket dimension, and that ended up backfiring on him, and I really like the humor in that.
Was that the answer you wanted?
Sorry about that. So, anyway. Actually, I want to talk a little bit about my relationship with this game a little bit more, because I actually saw my dad play this game. In fact, he owned this before me, and I've been holding on to it ever since. Although, I will admit, when I was younger, I was a very dumb gamer. I didn't know what the game wanted of me, where I was supposed to go and all that stuff. I wasn't quite as observant and all that. So I was pretty much stuck at one particular point, or several points. And then there was one area that I just didn't really want to play because I'm a little bitch. Oh, no, wait. Now I get another Dog, sorry.
Long night.
Now I get another nitpicker guy here.
City Hall and holds the
Sorry,
mayor hostage.
so here we have Jim Gordon, and basically I asked why his head and face look like he's 70, but he's built like a 30-year-old. You know, like in terms of body, he looks about the same as Batman or any of the other guards, right? But his face says a different story. You know.
Don't be a stranger. You're always welcome here.
Sorry.
Gotta say,
I'm kinda thirsty.
good to be back.
You okay?
He surrendered almost without a fight.
Almost without
I
a
don't
fight.
like it.
I don't
Sorry,
like it.
sorry.
At least he's
Terrible
a man.
Batman impression aside. But actually, in case people are wondering about my superhero relationships and all that stuff, like where I stand with a bunch of stuff, I'm actually kind of split because I like concepts of a superhero. Like Batman, for example, he is the guardian that no one wants, but he's definitely needed. You know, because without him, Gotham would still be a shithole, right? And Superman's the ideal superhero. And, you know, lots of people like to harp on him and say that he's basically the ultimate Boy Scout, which isn't wrong, but that's kind of the whole point, you know? But when it comes to superheroes in media, like comic books and movies, particularly MCU, in terms of comics, I just find them all over the place, you know? And I get that's also the point, but okay, you got all this storyline and whatnot, like, can you get to a point? Like, and also get to a good thing? Oh wait, actually, right here's a little bit of a secret. And I don't fully remember all of these, but these are the bane of my freaking existence. Riddler is also in this game, and he freaking sucks. No, seriously, I really wanted to not go for Riddler, but I thought, since I was able to do it once, I can do it again. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to find every single trophy, riddle, breakable object, and tape, and get Riddler down, and take down Riddler. You don't physically see him in the game either, so that's a bit of a disappointment, but yeah, it's whatever. Anyway. As I was saying about the MCU and comics or whatever, well, with the MCU, I kind of fell off around the time of Spider-Man Far From Home. Not because I didn't like Spider-Man or whatever, but I just didn't like the direction that Marvel was, that Disney was taking Marvel. Like, and now that I actually know a little bit more context, I actually don't really like what they're doing, you know, because, like, I think it started back with Captain America Civil War, because at the time, that was the only one that I didn't see yet. But I don't want to get into an argument I'm clearly not ready for, but yeah, it's whatever. But I don't like how, but because of how was it? I totally forgot where I was going. Sorry, but anyway, at a certain point, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not liking the writing in this. I'm not liking the writing anymore, and these characters that I once liked are now irritating.
Is my dad still there?
But it doesn't mean that we can't go back to the older stuff. In fact, I like going back to older stuff a lot. You know, I found myself a little while ago going back to the first Iron Man movie, and then to the first Captain America movie, and that was really it. because I think that those two were really great movies. But that's near the point. Sorry. Alright, so now we get to a character called Victor Zazz, who at the time of the game was still a relatively new character. He was around since 1999, but Zazz hasn't appeared in a whole bunch of stuff. And that's probably because a lot of the things that DC was doing was marketing for kids, and they didn't want a serial killer in there, and so Zazz was pretty much omitted. But then you get into the more darker stuff, and Zazz is still there. Yeah. And yeah, Zazz is really no problem at all. You can basically go about him two ways. You can either glide kick and smash his head into the floor, or just do a sneak attack. That's really it. And now we get to Harley Quinn, a character that a lot of people fangirl over. I mean, it's kind of meh, you know. And also, as I said here, I'm not a fan of this particular. I'm not a fan of this particular design for Harley. It's over sexualizing her, and bear in mind, this was pre-Suicide Squad movie. Like, this was before Harley with pigtails and skimpy outfits were common, you know. And in fact, personally, I think that the best design she ever had was her Arkham City design, the sequel to this game. But yeah, that's that is my opinion. If you like the nurse outfit, fine enough. I am not a fan though. So, you know. And now we don't have a way out of the room, but there's two vents that we can tear off. One of which leads to a trophy, the other of which leads to plot. And a trophy. So, you know. It's a win-win. Actually, that whole thing is actually a bit of annoying to me, because I don't know why Batman does this, but he doesn't exactly like when there's no conscious villains in the room, and he still pulls it off like he's trying to be stealthy, even though there's no reason to be. So that's just a little bit annoying to me.
Batman, I'm patching you into
It's
the
like
guard radio feed.
it's like okay, you don't want villains to know you're here, but they're knocked out, so there's no real purpose for that. Well, anyway, I just wanted.
Phones are up and down like crazy. It's not good. I'll keep trying.
Or, sorry. Anyway, and now we're gonna meet up with Joker in a little bit. For now, we need to get past the room, and also maybe collect a couple trophies, because it's actually been a while since I actually seen this footage, or actually played the game for that matter. I recorded a crap ton of episodes, but I didn't finish it yet, and also I have not looked at a lot of the footage in a long time, so I may forget just what exactly I was trying to do and whatnot, but yeah, you know. And about the message at the very beginning, basically my capture software can't record old games at 1080p for very long, so 720 is the best I can do. So Sorry about that, guys, but it is what it is. Take it or leave it, you know? And, okay, so now this room is full of Joker gas. Basically, whoever's caught in there is gonna laugh themselves to death. And it's basically a game of the floor is lava. Oh, by the way, rescue this villain, knock him out, and you can easily get a trophy from that. I don't know why, but that's actually pretty funny. And I don't immediately go towards the exit of the room yet. I actually do stick around so I can get teeth and trophies because I have missed them before. So there you go. Yep. But some of the Riddler stuff we can't get yet. But we will have a chance in order to come back at a later time. And also, quick tip, go with the inverted takedown as soon as you can. Sometimes you want to use it, sometimes you don't. But I think that it's a natural thing that Batman has to do instead of an upgrade. So as soon as you can upgrade, get the inverted takedown. So yeah, and there's also some stuff here, but I don't have the proper means for it yet. And I don't think I even go for it, actually. Wait. Nope, I don't. I probably forgot. But anyway, go to the door with Joker's face on it, and then we have this confrontation. And well, there's not much I can really say about this. You know, it's a classic Batman Joker back and forth, but the twist is that we got this guy who looks like he's been using one arm a bit too much, or maybe a leg too much. But anyway, these will actually get a name later, and yeah, for some reason the fight went on a little bit longer than it probably should have. I don't know the reason why, and I've had like only 5 rounds with this guy in the past, but for some reason this time it was like 7, maybe 8. Okay, so now it's just 1. And that's basically the whole fight. He charges at you, you throw a batarang, he runs into the wall, punch the shit out. That's pretty much this entire fight. In fact, that's most boss battles in the game, which is a legitimate complaint. Because it screams lazy design when you have to repackage a boss fight several times. And then what's worse is that later on in the game we will encounter more of them, and you'll have to take on 2 at once. And let me tell you, the 2 at once freaking sucks. Because you gotta keep both of them in mind, along with where and how you're positioned and whatnot. And yeah, it was like, freaking, why exactly do I need to take on 2 in the first place? But I mean, it's not a terrible fight, if anything. It's just tiring having to do the same thing over and over again, because as I said earlier, it's a sign of rehashing, and it makes for very lazy game design. When you obviously sometimes you need to reuse assets. In fact, God of War 4 is actually guilty of this, because because they've had several boss battles that were basically the same thing copy-pasted. Baldur, the elves, the ancients. With, I'm trying to think of one sec, sorry. But, with the God of War example, I can kind of understand that because there were certain things that they just couldn't do or say, you know? Like, I'm trying to think. Just save on time and budget, you know, you gotta reuse a whole bunch of different assets and basically do a copy paste job. But I mean, it is understandable because you don't have the proper time and any more resources to make something brand new, you know. And sorry about the controller thing earlier. Just it happens a lot. So yeah, and we're actually coming up to the end of this particular part actually. After this, I pretty much call it and then move directly on to the second, video. Well, second for me, but immediately for you. I don't know how long it's gonna be till I upload the second video, but now. And this will pretty much leave us with a cliffhanger for the next video. You know, just the a Joker has a man on the inside, basically. Hold on a sec. Here. This is where he mentions it. Yeah. Like, remember how Joker was kind of playing around with a cop in the beginning, and he said that a lot of people really want to talk to Joker. Yeah. Frank was Joker's man on the inside, so you could see that coming like a mile away, though. So
I should go back to the holding cells. Bowles wasn't too smart.
Anyway, that's gonna do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. And until next time, remember, reach for the stars.